How's it going, guys? Today we're going to simulate the 2026 Australian Grand Prix. In this series, we're basically going to do the entire 2026 season in Assetto Corsa. So I've made a calendar and I've got all the 2026 cars, and we're going to do an entire season. So here is the calendar that I'm going to be doing for this season. Starting off, we're going to have Australia, obviously. Then we're going to have Singapore, China, Japan, Azerbaijan, Bahrain, Portugal, Imola, Madrid, Monaco, Montreal, Austria, Silverstone, Belgium, Monza, Hungary, Zandvoort, Texas, Mexico, Vegas, Qatar, Brazil, Saudi Arabia, and Abu Dhabi. Obviously, in 2026, there's going to be an 11th team, and we're going to be driving the second Cadillac. So in 2026, Barcelona Catalonia has been replaced by Madrid, so that's why I don't have Barcelona in my calendar. And as you can see in the standings there, we've got in the entire driver lineup with 22 drivers. So for McLaren, we've got Oscar Piastri and Lando Norris. For Ferrari, we've got Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc. For Mercedes, we've got George Russell and Kimi Antonelli. For Red Bull, we got Max Verstappen and Yuki Tsunoda. For Aston Martin, we have Lance Stroll and Fernando Alonso. For Williams, we've got Carlos Sainz and Alex Albon. For Racing Bulls, we've got Isaac Hadjar and Liam Lawson. For Audi, we have Gabriel Bortoleto and Nico Hülkenberg. For Alpine, we've got Jack Doohan and Pierre Gasly. And finally, for Haas, we've got Ollie Behrman and Esteban Ocon, and the second Cadillac driver is Colton Herta. So I'm going to do qualifying and the race, and I'm not going to do a setup because we might be too quick. So yeah, let's get into quali for the 2026 Australian Grand Prix. Alright then, here we go. It's quali time in 2026. I have tested these cars out a bit, and they're very different to the previous cars. They're a lot harder to drive, and they're a bit slower as well, but they're really quick in a straight line. Because I just was testing them out with their straight line speed. And with the ERS, you can go like 70 kilometers an hour faster. Because with DRS, without ERS, you go like 310. And when I used ERS on the Vegas straight, I went 375 k's an hour. So the straight line speed of these cars is much quicker, but in terms of lap time, it's around 6 seconds slower than 2025 pole time. So that's interesting, but it's probably going to get faster over the course of the regulation, as 2022 obviously the cars were really slow. And we're trying to get a gap here, but all the cars are coming so fast, I don't know if we'll get a good gap. Okay, let's start our flying lap. First flying lap in 2026. As our teammate Colin Herta crosses the line first, and we get started for our first flying lap. If you're wondering why I'm on medium tires, it's because I'm not sure how quick the AI are compared to us. So I'm just going to test this out. For me, it felt like that corner was much slower than it would be in 2025, so we really need to increase the cornering speed of these cars. Is what I think the main focus should be. But obviously this is just more, and the cars could be much quicker. And now into the fast right-hander, you gotta be really cautious because it is really easy to mess up. And in the bottom right, just look how quick my speed goes up when I use ERS. So yeah, you can get to really high top speeds as you send it through that left right. I'm going to use a lot of battery down this back straight. Oh wow, I am flying. That acceleration feels so nice. As we are now getting up to the back of Ollie Behrman, he might give us some traffic, but I think we should be fine. So Charles Leclerc sets a 1:23.709. Let's see if we can beat that. We set a 1:23.433, so we go fastest by 0.2 of a second. But that seems pretty good for the AI, you know. I feel like I'm pretty close to them and I can still beat them. As Oscar Piastri now goes quicker with a 1:22.986. So yeah, I think I'll still use these medium tires because I do want some competition. Another flying lap. Hopefully we don't go off track because I've been really struggling to actually get a lap in, let alone a good lap. So yeah, that was an alright first corner. A little bit of a slide going through. And now into the right-hander. Take your turn. Hit the apex, you go a bit wide. And now lifting through the left-hander. And flat out through this right. Now into the right-hander, throw the car in. Carry as much speed as possible. Now down the back straight. Activate DRS now. And use all the ERS you have. And with these 2026 cars, you absolutely fly through here. Wow, that felt fun. Right on the limit. ERS. And again, use all the ERS. Now hit the right hander. You missed the apex. We go pretty quick. Shouldn't really affect us. Now into the last corner. Make it very easy. Easy on the accelerator. And now activate all the ERS to the line. We slightly improve, but we only improve one position as we overtake Kimi Antonelli up into 8th place. Okay, so qualifying is done. Lewis Hamilton is on pole position for the Australian Grand Prix. We are starting from 8th position. Let's see how we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red lights. The Australian Grand Prix, it is lights out and away we go for the first time in 2026. It's a good start for Kimi Antonelli alongside us, but we get the better of him on the exit and into the first corner. Oscar Piastri takes the lead of his home Grand Prix, and there's a crash between Lando Norris and George Russell. So we have made up 2 positions off the start and we are looking to make up more. Kimi Antonelli is diving down the inside of us. But we are going to try and hang it around the outside. And we are side by side as we slide through the right-handed. This is good racing here. Looks like the 2026 cars are providing some good entertainment. But it is Oscar Piastri at his home race who leads from turn 1. George Russell is out of the session. And I believe Lando Norris is as well. As now Lance Stroll looking to overtake us, but we are having none of that. Using the ERS to slightly get away from him. DRS down the back straight. Obviously the ERS is very powerful with these 2026 cars, but you want to use it cautiously. As Fernando Alonso retires from the session, don't know what happened with him. And as we complete the first lap, it is Oscar Piastri, I believe, who leads as we are sliding through the final corner. And yes, it is Oscar Piastri who leads, I believe, from George Russell. Not George Russell, Lewis Hamilton, who is having a great start to his second year in Ferrari. As we are 2.2 seconds behind Kimi Antonelli, and we need to make some time up to him in this lap. And behind us, Lance Stroll is less than a second behind us. So we got to really push on this lap. Hopefully get out of DRS range and get up to the back of Kimi Antonelli. As we go a bit wide there through the right-hander, that's going to cost us some time. As we take that first corner really nicely. Just missed the apex, which I think is the ideal line through here to keep it safe. As now, Kimi Antonelli is trying to make a move on Yuki Tsunoda, and he's successful and makes the move up into 5th place. We're going to use our ERS. As we cross the line, we are now only 1.0 seconds, now only 7/10 behind Yuki Tsunoda. Hopefully this will be an easy move as we can deploy all our ERS down the back straight, but we ride over the curb there. That's going to cost us, and we slide through the left-hander. That's going to cost us a bit of time as we now get closer and closer to Yuki Tsunoda as Carlos Sainz retires from the session. Yet another retirement here in Australia. It looks like some carnage is going on. As we slide through the right-hander, we don't lose too much time to Yuki Tsunoda. Now down the back straight, use the ERS. As we get close, set the fastest lap of the Grand Prix. Down the inside, can we make the move on Yuki Tsunoda through the first corner? No, we cannot. As we go into the wall, I don't know what happened there. I just lost traction on the pedal and the car just went into the wall. I'm just going to look at my throttle input. Not much different than it was last lap. I think it's maybe at inside line, maybe the dirty air really affected us. So now we're really going to have to push if we want to get a good position. As now Gabriel Bortoleto also retires from the session. Yeah, now we're really close to Yuki Tsunoda. We're practically pushing him through the chicane. Now down the back straight, DRS activate. Can we make the move? Down the inside. We're going to try, but we don't have the grip as we make contact with him. I didn't want to get on the pedal too early there, as a few laps ago I obviously spun out. And now DRS activated. Down the back straight, I'm going to use the battery hopefully to get closer to him, but I'm not going to risk the move into turn 1 as he goes slightly too much over the curve. This is going to give us the opportunity, but still he has a good exit out of that corner. We're not going to manage to be able to overtake him. As now down the back straight, we absolutely fly past Yuki Tsunoda. That's the move up into 6th place. That's a good exit to try and get to catch Kimi Antonelli, who is doing well here in 5th place. As now it's still Oscar Piastri who leads, I believe, from Lewis Hamilton and Charles Leclerc probably in 3rd. Could maybe even have a podium here if we play our cards right. But Kimi Antonelli is up next. Down the inside, can we make the move? We brake quite late. Kimi Antonelli takes a good line through there, and he manages to stay ahead of us. And down the main straight, we're going to use ERS. We have DRS as well. Down the inside into the first corner. We make contact with Antonelli as Max Verstappen, I think, went off and we are right up on the back of him. But Antonelli is also trying to have a look at us. So we're going to have to give him space, but also try and get Verstappen. I think he made a mistake at turn 1, as now we are right up on the back of him. As we go barreling into the first corner, Verstappen makes yet another mistake, but we have no space to get past. As we make contact with Max Verstappen there, and he goes off the road and Antonelli overtakes him. That might have been a bit aggressive from me, but I think he could have gone much quicker through there, so I don't really think that's my fault. as we are catching Charles Leclerc. We go wide through the right-hander. Looks like that puncture is now really affecting us, as I really struggle through this lap. As now, Piastri starts his final lap at home and has his eyes on winning the Australian Grand Prix. We start the final lap at also our home race. So we're not going to have a win, let alone a podium. Oh! Yeah, we pushed way too hard there. Looks like we'll have to take 4th place in Australia. I'm just going to try and bring the car home with no issues. Hopefully Kimi Antonelli doesn't somehow get us on the line back. But Oscar Piastri crosses the line and wins the Australian Grand Prix. What a performance from him. Leader of the race from lap 1. We finish in 4th, and Lewis Hamilton takes 2nd, and Charles Leclerc in 3rd. So that was actually a pretty good first race of the season. Anyway, guys, thank you for watching, and I'll see you later. Bye.